everybody, and welcome back to Poland Daily Travel. Boy, we got a good show for you. The sun is shining, and we will be going over to Praga, the district of Warsaw, which is on the eastern bank of the Vistula River. We're going to start out, though, on the Holy Cross Bridge. From there to the west, you can see the spires of the gleaming new Warsaw. All those skyscrapers, very impressive. You can also see the old town to the north and the west. And on the east, of course, old Praga. Praga exists pretty much as it has for many centuries. It was not much destroyed during World War II, and now it's a popular bohemian hangout. We're going to take you for a walk right through the center of the main part of Praga. Action starts at St. Florian's Church. We'll see a milk bar and the Five Musicians statue, and hear a very famous song, A Dream of Warsaw it's called. And it's one of my favorites. We'll stop off at the Praha Cinema. Then we'll go to the market in Praga, the largest market in Warsaw today. The old school outdoor market hasn't changed much in 30 years. So come and have a look at alternative Warsaw. It's called Praga, and it's lots of fun. This is eye candy you'll happily digest. So come along. The next few episodes, we're on the eastern bank of the Vistula in Warsaw, in Praga district. Poland Daily Travel, the best travel about Poland you've ever seen. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily, the show you love to love. I hope. Anyway, that's why we're doing it, because we want you to love it. We want you to love Warsaw today. We're going for a walk. I'm accompanied by the lovely Paula Otterstein.
Hello.
Our associate producer. Yeah? Did you say hello? Yeah.
I
she
did,
said
yeah.
Hello? Yeah. I thought I heard something. I was not sure. Perhaps it was a bird
yeah.
chirping.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. You were going to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the same...
Great minds think alike.
Yes, we're on the same wavelength. Yeah. So anyway, but whatever that means. I never understood what that meant. I guess it means with radio signals. At any rate, here we are by the wonderful river in Warsaw. And I would just want you to know that next week we'll be going, our next series of programs after these will be going further afield to a place as strange as Łódź, which is one of David Lynch's favorite places in the world. So you know it's got to be intriguing and interesting. At any rate, behind us over here is the wonderful Copernicus Museum. And we're going to take you on a bit of a magical mystery tour, because we're going to go from this side of the river, which is old Warsaw, new Warsaw, reconstructed Warsaw with all the new buildings, and we're going to go across the river and be in the old part of Warsaw, which is called Praga. But first things first, let's go for a little walk. What do you think?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the weather is beautiful.
The weather is amazing. I mean, we hardly know what to do.
It's important to underline that fact.
We have to underline it? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the weather is incredible, but the water is still cold. Well, come on, let's go for a walk. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Do you like to, have you been to the Copernicus Museum?
No, I have not. Actually, no, I was downstairs, but I never went in. And you?
I haven't been, and I want to go, because I want us to take the people there at some point and show them the inside, because there's some pretty cool exhibits there. It's supposed to be
it's all about like technology, I think, and
yeah.
What else?
There's a lot of technology, and they
modern
have
machines and
and the planetarium, because
like
it's
that.
Copernicus. There's a big planetarium.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and they're talking about space travel and stars and galaxies and this sort of stuff, which is always fun. And at any rate, we'll go sometime, but we have to get permission to go in. Yeah, and that's probably a whole series of programs, I think. Maybe talk to the people who run it. It's supposed to be one of the state-of-the-art museums. It's like going to some adjunct of the Smithsonian in a way. It's that up to date. It's really nice. Yeah, something to be for Warsaw to be proud of.
But today we should celebrate the second or third day of spring, right? So it's nice to be outside today. Yeah,
it's early spring when we're doing this. Yesterday, I think, was the vernal equinox. The days are equal.
Yeah.
And that's pretty amazing. You know, the thing about this part of the world, maybe Canadians know this too. You're Canadian, right? Yeah. And you realize after the long winter how much you really want to see the sun and how it changes your mood.
But actually where I come from, it's usually, the weather is nicer than it is in different parts of Canada, because Vancouver doesn't get that cold.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, Vancouver, you're by the ocean
yeah.
there. Yeah. So it's the exception, but it's still not that warm, is it? Not in the winter. Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't really go below 0 though, not very often.
Well, listen, stay with us. Poland Daily with Paula and me, and today we're going to walk through beautiful Praga, which is the other side of the river. Stay with us. Poland Daily. We'll be right back. We are now on the dividing line between West Warsaw and East Warsaw. We're on the Holy Cross Bridge. The Polish word for that is Świętokrzyska. And we're joined with Paula and me, and we're joined by Stan Jeglinski. And I didn't mean to say that with a Romanian accent or whatever that was, a bit like a vampire. But Stan, no, I sounded like one. Anyway, this is also not the newest bridge, but certainly the newest bridge in the center of the town, because there were not enough bridges, to be quite honest. That was the problem in the city. And this one was built about 20 years ago. It opened, maybe a little less. You know?
Less,
yeah,
probably.
maybe 18 years.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s. Yeah. And as you can see, it's a pretty nice bridge. But apart from that, you can see to this side, not to put my hand in front of Paula, to this side, we can see the skyline of Warsaw with the many buildings being built. And on this side, you'll see that it's not very built up at all. In fact, this is where you have a lot of bicycle paths and a lot of beach area for people to go to in the summer. But Stan, you were telling me before about the history of the bridges in this area.
Okay, so
can you tell us?
Of course.
Yeah.
So on this location, there used to be one bridge before the war, which was called Most Kierbedzia.
Yeah.
It was sold. I can't really describe it, but it was typical end of the 19th century bridge.
Right.
The bridge itself was destroyed during the war. I think the Germans blew it up in 44 or 45 when they were leaving the town after the offensive of the Red Army on the 15th of January 1945. And then I think for a long period there was nothing here. But during the state of war declared by General Jaruzelski in
1983.
81,
right? Yeah.
the army built a pontoon bridge here, which lasted for a pontoon bridge. Is that the word? Like a military
pontoon.
Yes, on pontoons.
Yeah, we understand.
Exactly.
At least I understand.
And I even remember it. I came here in '91 first, and I still remember that bridge. It was almost floating. And that bridge was torn down at the end of the 90s, and then this build was bridge. But the interesting fact about Warsaw and bridges is that until, let's say, the early 20th century, there was not much bridges on the river.
Not many bridges.
Yes,
There are a lot more now.
There are a lot more now, exactly. There used to be one there on the old town. You see that tower?
Yeah.
The bridge, it's the Church of St. Joseph, I think, on the new town, which is part of
the oldest church in Warsaw.
One of the oldest churches in Warsaw, and there's actually a gate opening in the Gothic style, which is the entrance of the earliest bridge in Warsaw, which was made out of wood. It lasted only about 100 years and was destroyed during a spring.
A flood.
Yeah, flood, exactly.
Flood.
Big chunks of ice just blew it up.
What would you say about Praga compared to, I mean, all of us, Praga compared to this side? Because some people who live on the western side say, yeah, and I don't want to go there, right? Yeah, because they say, oh, that's where there's too much crime, it's too old, it's not clean like this side. But this was the part that we're going to see of Praga, called Praga, which is the same name in Polish for Prague in the Czech Republic, but no relation. The part we're going to see was not destroyed. It was occupied by the Russians. I mean, some of it was blown up, but generally it was intact. Isn't that right?
It's let's precise it a bit. It was a town of. First of all, Praga was just a village for centuries, and it only started to emerge as a real part of urban part of Warsaw in the 19th century. But it was predominantly a poor area, like a working class area, and it had a distinct culture. And that's funny because now there's no real parts of Warsaw with a real pre-war culture in there, and Praga is probably the only one.
Well, we need to go see it.
Yes.
Okay, look, Poland Daily, travel. We're standing on the bridge that divides New Warsaw from Old Warsaw, at least newly reconstructed Warsaw from the Warsaw that has been the same way for quite a long time. We're going to go over and we're going to walk through those streets. So stay with us for the next program. Poland Daily Travel. See you later.